If you're like me, you want to start your day with a healthy breakfast, but on some days you're lucky to make it out the front door with matching shoes. Well, now you can supercharge your morning with my on-the-go oatmeal raisin banana breakfast cookies. You can make them ahead of time so you can just grab a few and go. I've made them nutrient dense to give you an energy boost, but they will also satisfy your sweet tooth because they're naturally sweetened with raisins, coconut sugar, and bananas. We're going to begin with 2 ripe bananas, and you could either mash these with a fork on a plate, or you could put them right into your mixing bowl like I am. Don't want to forget that little guy. And then we'll add our wet ingredients, which is 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of oil, and I like to use extra light olive oil. And to add flavor, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I also love to add just a little bit of almond extract, and I just use the lid, which gives us about 1/4 of a teaspoon. And to supercharge these cookies, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and you can use white or black. I prefer the white just for the aesthetic. Now to blend these together, I'm going to go ahead and use my immersion blender, and I'm just going to set it to a low speed and just going to mash these until everything's smooth. Now it's nice and smooth and we don't have any banana chunks. Now we'll add our dry ingredients, which is 1.5 cups of oats, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, and then I have here 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and just 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, just to give them a little bit of rise. Then I'm going to switch to my whisk attachment on my immersion blender, turn it to a low speed, and we're just going to give this a quick spin. And now we'll add 1/2 cup of raisins as an additional natural sweetener. I'm just going to take a spatula and just mix in the raisins. Now this batter isn't going to look like a traditional cookie dough. It definitely is on the wet side, but we're going to let this sit for 5 minutes, and those chia seeds are going to kind of expand and absorb some of that moisture. It's been about 5 minutes, and you can see that our batter is a little bit thicker now, so we can form our cookies. So I'm just going to get a cookie sheet and line it with parchment paper, and then I'm going to use a medium-sized cookie scoop. And I'm just going to reach in, making sure I get several raisins in each scoop. And now these cookies are not going to spread on their own, and so you can place them a little bit closer together. This is where I need to snap my fingers and have my tray magically have all the cookies scooped. When I have a bigger budget, maybe. These smell so delicious. All right, I'll have a little bit of batter left in my bowl, and I need to make room for 1 more. All right, so I'm gonna scoot that guy over. So now that we have all of our batter scooped, we want to go ahead and by hand, just go around and flatten these down into a nice round cookie shape. And this will make them much easier to handle and to eat. And it is a little slimy, but nothing we can't handle. It's actually kind of fun. And then if you're a little bit OCD and you notice that some have more raisins than others, you can go in and do a little bit of redistribution. Because of course we want it to be fair. This guy needs a few more. All right, now we'll give the fingers a rinse. Now we'll put this into a 350 degree, I can't say degree today. Now we'll put this into a 350 degree oven for 11 minutes. I have a batch that I cooked earlier and then allowed them to cool on my counter. So I'm just going to take and slide my parchment paper right onto my board. These cookies turn out really soft and moist. You can see how easily they break apart. That is so yummy. It basically tastes like a delicious bowl of oatmeal that you can eat with your hands. It has the perfect balance of tasting healthy and nutritious, but it's also sweet and super satisfying. 1 cookie is about 70 calories and only has about 5 grams of natural sugars. So you could easily just have one as a snack, or you could grab a couple of them and just wrap them up in a paper towel and throw them in your purse if you know you're going to eat them right away. Or you could also grab a few and just put them into your to-go container and be able to have a healthy homemade breakfast a little bit later. These could easily be stored in your fridge for about 10 days, or you could freeze them for several months. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen today. And if you'd like to see the recipe card for this video, please visit my website, gentletummy.com. And I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you know someone else who you think would love to have a healthy on-the-go breakfast, please share this video with them. and I cannot wait to see you next time in my kitchen.